Okay, now we're going to add tones to a MIndDrive signal on the MacBook. Make sure your MIndDrive is turned on and the USB cord is plugged in. And then we're going to bring up the October build of BioDisplay and press Start MIndDrive and see if we get a signal in. Okay, adjusting to you. Here we go. We have the heart signal coming in on the left, electrodermal reading on the right. And we'll let it adjust up. We may want to record a log file of the data, which by default will come in at every 1 second with the data row. However, we could adjust that over here with a drop down if we want to. And we can also adjust the trend graph if we want to see the graph come in a little more quickly than the data file is coming in. We can move this adjuster up to 1 second so the data coming in is a little more expedient. So we have the electrodermal signal on the top coming in every 1 second, heart rate variability on the second graph, and heart rate proper on the third one down. There's one more if we could extend this, which is blood volume pulse, and it looks like we're not able to extend it on this machine. So now to our topic for the day, tones. Let's start with basic tones, synthesized MIDI patches, and we'll go to real audio in the next video where we have native flute sounds or other real audio. Let's start by getting a look at the valence, whether we're moving in a positive or negative direction. And we're going to want to reset the valence here so we can see where we're going. Let's set a 120-second window in our threshold settings, and you can see it just zeroed out in the center. Now we'll assign a tone, the default warm pad setting. We'll see what we get here. Could probably use the external speakers for this demonstration, but we'll see whether we get anything coming direct from the MacBook. And let's boost up our synth volume. Normally you wouldn't need to do that. And here we go. So now we can see the tone moving up in pitch as my electrodermal valence moves up, and then it recenters so that I can move up or down, and we'll hear the change in pitch and actually see the pitch being played. It looks like we have the D minor, forced D minor checkbox checked in case we happen to want to jam along. Now we could press crystal for a different MIDI patch setting. Take the warp off. And let's move to every 1 second. So now let's switch the signal over to heart rate instead of electrodermal activity. And now the tone is playing my heart rate, actually moving up or down, depending on whether my heart pulse is moving up or down. We could also put it on blood volume pulse or heart rate variability. And here we might want to reverse the direction of the tones, because some find it more relaxing to hear the tones going down as the measure, in this case HRV, is going up. We can take a look at our overall graph back over here and note the increasing trend in electrodermal activity and the variation in heart rate with the heart rate variability graph in the center in beats per minute. And those are coming in waves of 3 bars because of the averaging algorithm, and heart rate proper on the third graph. So that gives us our MIDI music capabilities. There is another function that we might take a look at for music called chimes. And we might want to turn the synth off so we can hear the chimes. And there's settings for the chimes as well. We could pick from a number of different scales. I don't know if you can see this list, but we have a bunch of pentatonic scales. This is a pentatonic chimes program. There's a Japanese kodo, and golden pentatonic, Phrygian, Dorian, Siensu, Vietnamese scales, all kinds of fun pentatonic scales that we could assign these to. Here's the China Zhao period. More about tones soon.